Hello, this is Pixie doing another video, and I guess I had my head in other things on YouTube. Something come to my attention was about these farming protests in the Netherlands, about a blockade, as they want them to reduce their nitrogen emissions or something like that, by some crazy amount. Now, my understanding of nature, if you want nature to sort things out, you increase its abundancy, and so it has a natural way of finding its equilibrium and solving problems. So you plant more trees, you plant more certain plants, it's gonna improve it, or at least get everything a fair shot, because we don't necessarily know the full impact of biodiversity, and there's usually concerns, oh, if you add this into this area, it could be a problem. But I think there's usually a balance is sort of found within nature, because it's intelligent. And it's also affected by the soil and the mycelium networks. There's a whole network of life underground that you can't see. But so there's a lot of these. What they want to do is reduce their amount, and basically they're looking to reorganise the land. And it's making me think about what's going on. This is from the government side of things over there, because if they say, oh, this is a problem, they shut down farms, they take that land and then they repurpose it for their own purposes. So there's a global recession being pushed at the moment, and it's probably an agricultural war. It seems to be like war around food. So we had the COVID, that sort of set a lot of tensions off, and I think people looked at how people react in panicking situations where the supply lines get cut, because everyone was working from home, or certain like transport and so on was cut down to a minimum. Now we're looking at things where there's a war in a place that has 90% or some. No, it's not 90%, but I think about 80 or something percent. Sunflower oil that comes from Ukraine and some other agricultural products. So that's that kind of operation being shut down. You've got things in the Netherlands where they put so much pressure on. I think maybe they set it up for protests. So, and the other thing feeds into is that if tensions with your neighbours for a war or a military campaign expands eventually into the Netherlands, then it all feeds into the same sort of narrative. You create a certain area of poverty around countries, they're not really getting any support. I mean, this Ukraine-Russian thing could have been shut down ages ago. I think they're leaving it to see if it escalates to any sort of nukes or something else. Because what will happen if there was a nuclear war? Yeah, I think most of them just get taken straight out. But the nuclear fallout in certain countries would lead to poverty and disease, and then friction, and then other sorts of groups would pop up. You have like neo-Soviet, I don't know what they call them, groups, I guess, because there would be Nazis, but they could be people that were impacted by the outcome of the war and not pro I don't know, Russian nationalist, and they want to see their motherland return to its full glory. But it's kind of brought into narratives. The expansion of this universe we live in is going to go into our minds. It's going to be into the metaverse. We might be able to get out in space, but I don't even know if that's possible beyond a certain point. Because we might be tethered to this planet, this world, its consciousness. And so if you go past a certain point, you might go into a coma or cease to function. I don't know, because how far has humans been out into space and can prove it. So I'm not saying it's impossible. I just think we probably don't understand everything about this reality. And this is a matrix. This is like a server. We need to be sort of connected to the hub, or strengthen this relationship with the universe, I guess. So yeah, it's just a case of preparing for tougher times to come. And even so, these crypto crashes have been engineered around stable coins, loaning, liquidation and market changes. Anyway, so I'll have a great one to speak to them, but